When you play PC gaming, typically you have a mouse and a keyboard. But the problem is the keyboard takes up so much space on your desk, and half of the buttons that are on the keyboard you never actually use.
So today we're going to be looking at a couple options at very different price points to see sort of which one's most worth it.
And to see if these kind of customized keyboards will elevate your game.
Yeah. Can you play Fortnite better than Ninja or Tfue? I don't know. I mean, you have to practice a lot. But this will get you one step closer.
Yep.
So first up, we're going to be looking at a very generic keyboard. This is typically what you'd see on a desk. Someone's working away. You got your computer. You got a crappy keyboard. This is what you'd have.
This is a pretty crappy keyboard.
Look at it. It's bamboo.
So when most people game, like I was saying, you have your right hand on the mouse and you have your left hand kind of over here, and you have your thumb on the space bar, and then your fingers touching WASD and then some other buttons around that. And that's it. You don't use any of this.
No,
This is wasted space here. Wasted space that you could be using for your mouse.
So to solve that problem of wasted desk space that you could be using to aim your mouse, we're going to be looking at a very small keyboard. This one goes for $50
On Amazon.
on Amazon. It's pretty good. It is the Game Sir
GK100.
First thing you will notice is that it chops it off right at the T. Look at how much smaller it is compared to the normal. Look at, woo!
Look at that.
Look how much more space you're saving.
Not only is it half the letters, but it's also got rid of the numbers as well.
Yeah, and it's more orientated towards gaming than a typical keyboard you'd find. To start off, the switches, they're mechanical.
Yes. So you really know when you're touching the buttons.
As soon as you click, it's clicking. There's no like squishiness. You're not sure if you're clicking it. Maybe you have to squish it all the way down before it registers. It's an instantaneous. You click. As soon as you hear it's clicked.
Secondly, it is more ergonomic. You have this pad here, which actually is customizable depending on where you want it to be positioned. So you can move it to the right, you can move it to the left, depending if that's comfortable for you.
Yeah,
that'd be
if you have
kind of
some weird angles.
But it elevates your wrists so that you don't have to strain your wrists when you're playing for many hours a day, like I'm sure a lot of you guys do.
Keeps it more level. This way you don't get, what's that, carpal tunnel you were telling me about? If you're typing too much a day, your hands are like, no.
So if I'm looking to play WASD and spaced, it'll probably be in this position like this.
Yeah, a bit sideways.
This keyboard also has a few customizable buttons here, which you can do. You should make whatever you want. They're okay to try to grab. I feel like if the more left your hand is, the more easier it is for your pinky to grab it. You don't want to be straining your pinky trying to touch the buttons.
Yeah, no, it's just a solid thing. As well as the cable, it is a braided cable, so you know it's built to last. It's pretty good. The cable is actually pretty thick, feels pretty durable. It's what you'd find on a higher end keyboard. No, it's a solid option. One thing I do like is that even though it is a very small keyboard, they did keep the lettering, and it's the exact same position that you'd find on a typical keyboard where the buttons are.
And for only $50.
Yeah.
That's it.
But what if this isn't enough? What if you want to customize this even more, Nathan?
Maybe make more use of your thumb instead of just touching the space. Maybe do some other options.
Maybe you want it to fit like a glove, perhaps?
Maybe.
So that is where our next option comes in. Ooh, look at this. This is the Razer Orb Weaver, which is a customized keyboard that is designed to fit your left hand.
This goes for $170 online, and it is fully customizable from the palm length to the thumb length to all of the buttons. You can customize everything on this, which I think is very, very cool.
One thing you'll notice that it does not have your typical keyboard layout. They're not offset. They're all like, you know, pretty in line, and they all have numbers on them because you're typically just going to, like Nathan said, customize each one for specific reasoning.
So this is pretty comfortable already. You have something laying against your palm here, so that's comfortable. You have 3 buttons that you can touch with your thumb.
Yeah.
And that's way more than the regular keyboard, which is just the space bar.
So you can jump. So you have your jump option, and then with this number pad, you can have it select different guns, perhaps 1, 2, 3, 4. Or up here, you have a different selection you want to quickly build. You know, you have a ton of options that you didn't have with the other one or with a normal keyboard.
All based on your preference.
Yeah.
And depending on your hand size, you can here adjust the thumb to be whatever length or the palm length.
Yeah. I mean, it feels, I can reach all the keys. Maybe I'd make it a bit shorter. So you can squeeze it, push it in. Or maybe you can't put, oh, it's already further in.
He's got some pretty small hands.
Okay, well, apparently it doesn't fit my hand. It's a bit of a reach to hit the 3, but it's doable. Nathan's hands are a bit bigger. He can extend it. Look at him. He's like a spider.
My problem would probably be touching the 15 to 20 buttons. If I'm in this position, it's pretty comfortable. My thumb's nice, but if I'm gaming here, then grabbing these ones, that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, so maybe.
I would probably only use the arrows and then maybe 7, 9, 2, 3, 4.
Or
10 actually.
You can extend it.
Or I can extend it.
Ooh, look at that. So now it's a bit longer, fit Nathan's hand a bit nicer.
So now the 15 to 20 buttons are much easier to touch.
Yeah.
I can also do the same thing with the thumb. You just hit this button here and you pull it out or in, depending on how big your thumb is. So if I have a really big hand, I can go there. Or if I have a smaller hand, I can go in there.
Yeah, it's very unique. If you are looking for more of that tailored gaming style, something that fits your hand perfectly, this is a great option.
So we have the regular keyboard.
Yep.
That comes with most computers. We have the $50 option, which is made by GameSir, and then we have the $170 option, which is made by Razer. Which one is most worth it to you?
I'm gonna have to go with the GameSir.
Really?
I like the fact.
You usually pick the expensive one.
Okay, chill. It's not just about the money. I like the fact that there's still the lettering on the keys. I feel like for me to visualize which key does what.
Even though this has the groove here, you couldn't.
Even with the groove.
So when you're gaming, do you find yourself looking at your left hand?
I'm a noob. I need to see sometimes what I'm clicking.
Level 4 on Fortnite.
Okay, chill. But no, I feel like this is a really good option for the majority of people. I feel like it's the most worth it. And maybe they sell a second half of the keyboard that you could just slide up. Because, I mean, it's kind of useful. If you have two halves, you don't need to keep your hands together. You can have, like, you know.
I guess that is one downside to this. You can't use it as a regular keyboard.
No, you're missing half.
You can't type, you can't send emails. That's it. But
what about this one?
If they did have another function where you could, another piece, that would be kind of cool.
That would be really cool. I've never seen that before. Two halves of a keyboard that you can slide one up to game. Razer, patent pending. Just kidding. Nathan, what about you? Don't you dare pick that bamboo one. The thing is terrible.
I would have to agree.
Ooh.
I think this is the best option.
Yeah.
One issue that the only downside to this one would be that the thumb is only doing one function.
Yeah.
And that's the spacebar. And I think that is what really sets these two customized keyboards apart is the thumb. So if this maybe had 1 or 2 buttons you could do, maybe you could customize C, V, or B. But if this had more options, I think this would blow this one out of the water. But I think just from a practicality standpoint, I like this the most.
That is a big thing. I kind of forgot about that.
So are you going to change?
Nah. I mean, as nice as it is, I'm still a bit clumsy. You know, I might panic and I'll be like, where the heck is my gun? And I don't see it labeled, so I don't know what to click. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Which one do you think is most worth it? Or if you guys have a customized setup that we don't know about,
yeah,
let us know.
Like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're new.
Peace.